Now, we talked about this some last week when he said, arise and go to the street called Straight, and inquire at the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus, for behold, he is praying. So Paul was praying this whole time. I think I would probably be in shock too if this event had happened to me. And the shock would have caused me to really, when I realized what was going on, to try to be in communication with God about my plight and what my future was going to be. I don't think I could just sit back and say, well, you know, it's funny that this happened. Let's get this over with. No, I would be extremely worried and concerned. And I think Paul was probably very worried as to what his future was going to be. He didn't know, because all he had been told is what he must do. And that's a big wide open book, isn't it, as far as your imagination can go. You can imagine a whole lot of things that you were going to have to do to make up for what you had been doing. Now, as we saw earlier in verse 2, in verse 1, it says Paul had been threatening, threats and murder against the disciples of the Lord. So he had been responsible for not only threats, but murder of Christians.